Hello and welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. This pick a card reading is a general reading, so it should fit any situation you find yourself in. And as always, we have our three piles here with group 1 on the left through to group 3 on the right. The timestamps will be in the description box below along with the cards that I'm using. There's also a link to my booking page. I'll be opening up the February spots in the coming days. There will be spots available for February. I'd like to keep an eye out for that. And that being said, I'll leave you with your selection and I hope you enjoy your reading. Hey group 1, and welcome to your reading. If you've chosen the Obsidian Angel and the Strawberry Quartz Pussycat, then this one is your reading. So quite a cute little combination here today. We'll start with the crystal messages, Obsidian being a powerful stone of grounding, clearing negative energy and protecting yourself, also helping with stress and just sort of grounding you into the here and now. Very, very connected to the root chakra. So looking at the power of the present moment and exactly where your present lies, not overwhelming yourself with the possibilities of the future, perhaps. And with the pussycat, Strawberry Quartz is the message of giving comfort in times of change and stress and decision making, all the stress that comes with change. So it's to bring you comfort during that time. I also have the added message of being watched over by a particular loved one, and I can feel that quite strongly in this reading, being looked over by somebody in spirit who you may feel their presence around you, may sense them. It may be very hard to deal with their loss for those that this message is for, but they're very much around you, guiding you always. Lots of comfort, lots of guidance, lots of protection, and lots of love. It's a very strong message in this reading for sure. So you may feel their loving guidance throughout this change or transition you might find yourself in your journey so far. So Angel and the Pussycat. You may have a special connection to cats. Have chosen the Everyday Witch Tarot, which has pussycats in every single picture, and it's not even, I shouldn't be surprised when the first oracle card that came out for this reading was actually cat spirit. Claim your independence. It's just perfect how it all unfolds, of course. So let's jump into your reading, group 1. Did I say group 2 at the start? I'm not sure. It's definitely group 1. So let's jump into the past energy. We've got lots of swords here, lots of overthinking, mental energy. We've got the 6 of swords, the page of swords, the 5 of swords, and the star. The star kind of feels like a pivotal moment that you might presently find yourself in. We'll just leave it for a tick. Anyway, in the past energy, I can see your journey. This could be long-term past, short-term past. It doesn't matter, and everyone will resonate a little differently. So what I'm seeing here is a real emphasis on putting the strain, the struggle, and challenges behind you and finding healing and moving forward into a time of ease, feeling quite curious about what the future has in store for you, feeling like you're open to learning new things, or you're open to just see what difference life can give you, because something that you've moved away from that hasn't worked for you, or something that hasn't turned out, whatever it might be, a challenge you've got in your past, that you're leaving it behind. And a big part of that is a continuum of leaving the past behind. It's like with the 5 of swords here, it feels like some things still need to be left behind, or there's still some decisions to be made to move forward and perhaps claim your independence, as the cat spirit suggests here. But you're really looking to nurture your mind and nurture yourself a little differently. This is what the past energy suggests to me. And I do feel like for some of you, you might have started a new health regime, or you might have started a new study course, or you might have started some journey that helps expand your awareness in some area. And it's really about looking forward to the future now, because things are going to move ahead for you in quite a beautiful and abundant way. Not to say there's no challenge here and we'll move through it together, but things are changing for you, and you may sense that. It may be subtle changes at this point, but they're going to trickle into bigger changes down your down the path with the choices you've made in the past here. So we have the star, things aligning for you. In this present time, you may be feeling a sense of healing, and feeling like, you know, you can choose to just nurture yourself, and whatever else is going on outside of you can wait for a time, or it doesn't matter so much anymore. There's something like, I feel like you've unplugged from something that you once maybe gave attention to or energy to, and it's like, you know what, so what? Or you know what, I haven't got control over this, so I'm just going to let it go. Whatever it is, there's this like, it's a beautiful surrender, because it's giving your energy back to yourself and back to, well, where is my power here and now, and what can I do? So there's while it doesn't feel, I should be careful, because I'm going to give messages, I think, a bit too specific, because I'm connecting to one person in particular. It just feels like whatever's, I don't know, never mind, sorry. Let's just move forward. We may come forward later, we'll see. If it feels it's meant to, it'll flow. So the Queen of Cups, and they have the Seven of Wands in the future energy. We've got a lot of cards that actually came out for the future energies, so we'll get into that in a moment. But what I can see here is you've actually got a bit of a wild time ahead, a bit of a hectic time ahead, and I don't mean that in a negative way at all. I mean, there might be a challenge or two, you know, you might have someone up against you, but I really don't think it's much about that. I think it's more about you picking up so much more extra responsibilities or extra work. You may be increasing your work hours, you may be picking up another job, you may have started a new project, you may be juggling lots of different things. I feel like you're going to be really busy in the week or two ahead. We'll get to all those cards in a moment, but for right now, the energy as you enter this space, you may already feel like a bit of a quickening or things speeding up. It's actually interesting you've got this card here. After the cat spirit was the antelope spirit of life is speeding up. And I feel like you're kind of at this point right now where you might be a little bit reflective, like this pussycat's here. It's like she looks to the past, and then the antelope runs to the future. And I feel like you're in this middle place. It's sort of where the star sat. And I kind of felt like you may be reflective of things that have not worked out or whatever in the past, and realizing where it is you're headed now. There's something, whatever hasn't worked out has possibly somehow fed motivation or influence into what is going to work out, you know, like maybe it's created space for you to realize what's important or whatever it might be. You really are in this moment of, like, I think just caring for yourself, just seeing all the adornments around this pussycat's head. This is a brand new deck and I haven't used it yet until now, so will be getting to know it through these readings. But I just do feel like there's a really sacred journey to where you're headed. You've got a lot of beautiful gifts and tools and abilities, and it's time for you to really actually take them seriously, or just like give them more credit, give it more attention, give it more energy. Your unique self, your expression, the things you have to offer the world. You may be reflecting on the past and all you've earned through your experiences. Like, you've really come through so much, and it's time for you to really step into your power at this moment and move forward. And things are going to move forward. I was going to say with or without you, but like with you, like whether you're ready or not is probably what I want to say. Like, things are going to be quickening, I think, here, and it really shows in your tarot. Anyway, so currently you're needing to just nurture self, and that might be where you're finding yourself taking a little extra time out to just rest or connect to your heart, to meditate, to take up maybe some healing modalities. You might like to just treat yourself, get a massage, maybe spend time by the water or by the beach, just taking it slow where you can, if you can. Now we have the Seven of Wands, so it's there. So, you know, that is a card of feeling defensive potentially, but it's also a need to liberate yourself out of a situation. So there's all these wands coming up against her, and she's backed into a corner. But at this point, well, she's going to have to stand up for herself, isn't she? Or she's going to fall off the cliff. And they're going to keep pushing her until she's pushed too far. And that's not going to happen for you here. If you feel like you're being pushed by somebody, it's maybe you're feeling pushed by yourself, but it is a need to really stand up for what you believe in your heart, and what you feel you're aligning to, because you're being drawn to in a different direction for a very good reason. We have the Ace of Cups on the bottom of the deck. I thought that was worth noting as we move into the further cards in the week ahead with the Ace of Pentacles. So Ace of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles. So we had a lot of swords in the past, and now we've got a lot of pentacles, which is a beautiful relief for you, I would say. Maybe you've had a lot of overthinking and stress, and maybe even struggle with sleeping, just anxiety potentially, or just so the type of stress that you just can't work out the answer or a solution, or it just feels like almost like a waste of mental energy. It hasn't gotten you anywhere potentially. Certain parts anyway. Other parts have, but anyway, you're now coming into a more grounded energy with all of these beautiful pentacles. There's a lot more pentacles. Like I said, a lot of cards did come forward in this section, which we'll talk about in a moment. But Ace of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, Knight. This is financial independence, and you've got the card Cat Spirit, claim your independence. So there may be an opportunity coming in for you, a new job perhaps, and some sort of opportunity, an increase in finances perhaps, or whatever the opportunity might be. It's going to start you off on a new journey completely, and that new journey, it could take you places. It could be to do with travel. It could be to do with expanding in your career and skill set. It could be to do with just creating more abundance in your life and finding opportunities to do so. But here you've got a very grounded, practical energy of nurturing yourself, feeling abundant. That you're drawing towards yourself a lot of growth, positivity, and abundance in many forms. But you're also off on a bit of a journey. With that Knight of Pentacles, we've got the Strength card, the Page of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups, and the Page of Wands. So Knights and Pages galore. With it really, and the Aces. This is you really experiencing a new journey here. Like you're getting yourself prepared to move forward away from something difficult potentially, and using that courage and strength to believe in yourself or believe in your ability to create. And with the Seven of Cups there is confusion, there is uncertainty. How's it all going to turn out? Do I have all the answers I need? Do I have all the information I need? Is this the right opportunity for me? How is it going to turn out? There may be some overwhelm around that at times. But all these cards show me you just need to be present with where you are. And this card is standing out for me. Just nurture this sweet little growth that is happening inside of you or around you. Give it your attention. Give it your love. Because you're off on some journey here. See the pathway on both of these cards. You're going to be meeting new people. You're going to be putting yourself in situations you haven't been in before, so that you can experience new things and gain greater wisdom and understanding of perhaps your chosen career field, your area of expertise, dealing with different behaviors and people, whatever it might be. You are learning so much on this new journey, and there is so much to be gained, and so much you don't even expect to be gained. But it is a beginner's journey too, so don't be afraid to be in that mindset of a beginner and try new things, and dare to actually show up and live that dream. Nurture these beautiful ideas that you have. And I think it comes after a time of just maybe pulling back from something or from the world. And that's perfect, because you've got the Constellations of Isolation card. I love this deck. The art is just stunning. It's called the Into the Lonely Woods by Lucy Cavendish. And this beautiful card, the Constellations of Isolation, it's quite sweet. We should read it straight to the book. Seclusion can feed the spirit, and with that nourishment comes a rebirth. So many people and beings take themselves away from society and people, from the chatter and the gatherings and the beautiful noise that is our collective. The sense of being separate for a time is nothing to fear, for you are separate, you are unique, you are experiencing the multiplicity through the oneness of your being. Being alone can heal us and bring us back from the dark place that is loneliness, a state we can experience even when amongst others. The comforting, healing qualities of solitude are yours, and these arrive spontaneously, unscheduled, without artifice. Your spirit desires you to breathe light right through your entire being until you shine with the radiance that is your soul. And it just really speaks to this beautiful message of don't be afraid to take any time out that you may receive, or like I said, unscheduled, unplanned perhaps. Maybe it's forced upon you. Don't fret that silent moment, because something creative and inspiring can be birthed in that time. It can really come forth. And I love how this, on the table, the way these cards lay down was, this card then looks towards the card nurture, and then we also had nurture again. So very, very strong messages to really nurture yourself, to step into beautiful roles of being a mother or a carer, a sister, a friend, a nurse perhaps, a healer, whatever this beautiful nurturing energy is. These are, well, first of all, offer them to yourself. Definitely a message here of taking time out to listen to what is opening up within you. But there's also this beautiful message to really embrace these motherly roles you may play in your life, whether they're biological children or pets or other situations. There's so many ways to be a mother. And to nurture children or society, whatever, animals, plants, some creative art project you've got in mind, whatever it might be. There's a lot here that needs nurturing, care and tenderness, and the Queen of Cups has got what it takes. That's your energy. You're showing up as the Queen of Cups in this reading. You've got the Ace of Cups on the bottom of the deck. I can see the King of Cups and the Five of Wands here. So look, there might, for some, this may be this may be moving away from a relationship that didn't work out and finding yourself again. It could be that type of journey. Can definitely finding self-love and finding something different from what was. That might be the case for some here. So where are we up to in the challenge? The challenge is interesting because we have the strawberry quartz here. Feeling like that, sort of the message of feeling stressed and worried in relation to life changes and needing to just be in the moment, be present. Again, you know, the grounding, right? The angel, know that you're protected. Just be here where your power lies in this moment of choosing. So we have the Two of Wands and the Chariot, which was almost funny because look, both cards are exactly that. It's like, oh my goodness, this way or that way, which way do I go? What do I do? What choice do I make at this point? And then we have the Knight of Swords, the Ten of Swords. The pace of things may be very stressful, or the fact that you have to end something quickly, or that once you go one way, you can't go back another way. Things like that might be really, really stressful. And so the challenge is to just make a decision confidently and not be afraid to leave things and end things that aren't working for you quickly. Letting go of the idea that you're not ready for change, or you're not ready to embrace your own independence or your own power. So in what will help with the challenge, we've got the Four of Pentacles, the Emperor, Five of Pentacles, Four of Cups. These are situations that are not working for you. The Four of... where do I start? I'm just noticing the little fish up in the bowl here, and you may have noticed we have new fish in the background. Just a couple of goldfish and a snail. And Jackson has called his fish Rupert. But anyway, back to your reading. It is time for you to step into your power. When I look at this, the Emperor here, and all of these cards of feeling like lack of control, feeling just disempowered in some way, unable. There's a lot of cards surrounding this Emperor that are really, really challenging. What do I want to say about this? It's time, it's going to be soon. I feel time to take action. It's very important to take the necessary steps at the moment to perhaps secure finances, to get the paperwork done, like do those things that are responsible, that need to be done to set yourself up for more security in the future with the Four of Pentacles. To not worry so much about how things are going to work out, not worry about the things that haven't worked out, not worrying about what you don't have. Very much like it is really time to come out of a lack mindset, whether that's your monetary resource or your personal capabilities. skills and talents, and yeah, a real effort needs to be made here. And I think the only way to really do that is to ground yourself in some solid action. I mean, verbal, what do I want to say? Affirmations, things to help just change the mind and think differently are really supportive and wonderful. But what I'm seeing here is that needs to be coupled with some practical action as well, with Four of Pentacles and the Emperor, to create stability in your life. Financially and organizationally, like to be organized, so you're not feeling a sense of rush, or just to support yourself better in what you're trying to achieve. Because that's what will help with the challenge. Further guidance on that is the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords. So how abundant is this energy of the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles here? Like all the fruit trees are full, everything is flourishing. And then you've got the Nine of Swords, which is anxiety and serious concern, worry, sleepless nights, feeling stressed, feeling almost so stressed that you could be sick, just not being able to really find your own personal power in the present moment. It feels like a power now sort of message, doesn't it? So the further guidance here is to continue to nurture. You've got that card here now 4 times, I'll say, because the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles, and so 5 with the Queen of Cups. All of these really nurturing queens are here. And these 2 cards that represent to nurture yourself, to nurture your children, to nurture the new growth that's happening in and around you. We have the Sun here, which is actually next to the card of, it's almost like Sun and Moon, but it's openness. So, wow, I can't stop picking up cards that reference nurturing. We've got this beautiful treat suggestion in your self-care prompt cards to give yourself a beautiful nurturing treats of yogurts and fruits and probiotics and, all the good stuff. There's so much here about you needing to believe in yourself and what you're creating, and where you're headed, and that the past is the past, and that you can make empowered decisions at any moment. So I can see an improvement in your business, in your abundance, in your work. All of that is here for you. The outcome screams that same message. 7 of Pentacles, the Lovers, the Magician. What do you want to create? What are you going to invest in? What do you want to choose for yourself? That's what the outcome will be. What do you want? It's kind of how it feels here. You're ready to embrace beautiful new opportunities. You're ready for personal growth. You're ready to advance on your skill set, whatever that might mean for you, with the Magician here in the outcome. Lovers is a choice to be made. The whole reading has been about making a choice. The challenge was making a choice, like, which way do I go? But you are protected in that choice, and you're really guided to make it, even if it's uncomfortable, to make that change, that choice, whatever it means for you. Because you will end up, the outcome is the Magician and the Lovers. If it is that you've left one relationship and you're sort of finding yourself in the world again, I can see here of finding someone who is the right match for you. If that's how you relate to this message, that's very clear here. Although this message, I want to be clear, is not about a love reading at all. Although it feels more about your personal choices and journey. Although that may relate to a relationship very deeply, it's more about you, your life, where you're headed, your path, nurturing yourself, all of those things. So let's get the last cards for you. We have let go of the idea that you're not ready, because you are. And again, I'll pick up this one. Antelope, life is speeding up. You can expect things to accelerate. We've got the Ace of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles in your future. So while those aren't fast energies, it's what do I want to say? It could be like a really strange fast and slow acceleration, if that makes sense. It is speeding up, but it's like part of it is gradual as well, in a sense, because we've just got so many pentacles here of like growth, unfolding opportunities, and yeah, opportunities for travel, going on a trip for sure, an investment in certain things. All right, we've got give yourself some credit for how far you've come. Absolutely, when reflecting on what you've come out of, Six of Swords being the first card in this reading, you've come from something stressful, and you need to give yourself credit for how far you have come. And now it is time to balance all dimensions of your life so that you can achieve these goals that you have. Creating balance means pulling back from perhaps other areas where you've been overspending or overgiving, or it might be time, like the constellations of isolation, it might be time for you to pull back from just the world right now and give to yourself so that you can get a good routine happening and just get yourself on track in some certain way. Or it could be the other way around, that you have finished with a time of isolation and now it's time for you, life is speeding up, as this card suggests. Wherever you lie on that, I just feel like there's some sort of grace period before things go boom. And wherever you are on that timeline, trying to maintain balance. If you're at the start, then it's time to really acquire some, and if you're heading out into the world, then maintain it as you do so. And then the last two cards we have are the small things matter. Sometimes it's the small things that make life wonderful, the sweet little moments, every little thing you do to fill your day with. And never give up on your dreams, dare to live the adventure. There's a lot of angst about creating a change here, but it's going to bring you to living out your dreams, so do follow that. We have the card openness. I don't know if I went into it too much, but this card is about being open to receiving, being open to, let's go to the book, in fact. Let's have a little squiz. When you receive this card, be open to receiving signs. Be still, do nothing, be open, breathe. Relax completely and thoroughly. Incubate your dreams for the future. If you're trying to make a decision, take the time to watch for signs and listen to the whispers of the universe. Watch your dreams for messages regarding the situation. Become the sacred watcher. Observe life as it unfolds, rather than becoming engaged in it. Be open to what the universe has in store for you. Be receptive to messages from your soul. This card can also be the bringer of sacred wonders into your life. Miracles can show up in ways you didn't expect. And I see that for you. For some of you, that's this very week with the Ace of Pentacles coming in. There is some golden opportunity here for you that you're going to be very happy about. But do enjoy this beautiful time of rest and just nurturing yourself. If you're a parent, then nurture your children as well. Nurture your pets. Just take very, very good care, Group 1. And that is what I have for you in this reading. So I hope it has resonated, brought you some sort of comfort, clarity, or guidance. And I look forward to reading for you all again soon. Bye, Group 1. Hey, Group 2, and welcome to your reading. If you've chosen the amethyst piece, then this one is for you. So amethyst is the intuitive stone, a stone of calming and soothing. It's also, I did look this up last time as well for the amethyst group, that it comes from the word intoxicate. And so people, intoxicated, I think. So people would carry this in their stone to help them from becoming intoxicated or drunk. So it might also be a message of wanting to sober up for some that connect to this. But anyway, it is more of an intuitive and calming message, I feel, for this particular reading. And this particular reading looks to be a bit of a love reading. So let's, you know, I like to keep it open, but it is what it is, and that's how I see it. So if you're not a love message today, then it might not be for you. We'll see. We'll see. So where do I even start? Group 2. We've got this. Let's start with the past energy, right? Where we normally do. We have the 6 of Cups, the 6 of Pentacles, and the 8 of Swords. So with all of these cards here combined, I'm seeing a relationship that has been through a challenge or two. You may have come through a fair lot of challenge in your time together, and there may have been a separation from this person. But what I see here is a lot of cards on this table about reunion, about working things out and healing with your person. So this could, in the past energy, you may have already had your reunion with your person, but it doesn't mean the challenge is over. There's still, you're still who you are, and they are who they are, and this is. And although things are healing beautifully, there's still a bit of concern about how things are going to go. We've got the 8 of Swords here. So you might at times be uncertain, is this going to work out this time? Can we really pull it together? Can we make this work? Is it going to be fair and equal? Are we going to really support each other through the life journey as you'd love to see happen? And with the 6 of Pentacles here, I do think that is very possible. Very, very possible. It looks like a beautiful connection, I have to say. And even though it's had its challenges, those challenges have been blessings in their own sense as well, if you can if you can understand that. I see that here quite strongly. There's a lot to be said about like this card in particular, and a lot of the tarot repeat the message that to see the good in what you call bad, nothing in your suffering is meaningless. And same for this connection, the things that you have been through together and apart have made you a lot stronger. So I see here a reunion, and an exchange of equal care and equal love, but there's still a bit of angst with the Eight of Swords. There's still like, you know, have we got what it takes? Is it going to work? The key word is interference at the top. You may have experienced interference in the relationship. It could also be mental interference for one person in the connection. I'm also going to pull these two cards up. We have the Canary Spirit, sing your own song, and Buffalo Spirit, the abundant universe will provide. And I kind of feel like this is you and them potentially, like the difference in your nature or even your body size. You could be very different in the way you look in some way, like one of you may be much smaller than the other one, or one of you may have an age difference and may be younger than the other. There's a lot of beauty in this connection as well though, and I do feel like your person really loves you and wants to be there and protect you and hold you and protect you and protect you. The big one is protect you. Even if there's no threat, I think they just want to be that person that can be there for you to lean on when times are hard, and to support you and know that your concerns are validated and that your feelings are validated, and that you're just heard and loved and supported. I keep coming back to the same things, is they want the basics with you, is what it feels like here. They want the abundance of life with you as well. But these cards have other meanings. We'll get to them in a moment. I just thought it looked like you both in this reading, so we pulled it up. But anyway, moving into the week ahead, we've got the King of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, the Ace of Pentacles. So I feel with the King of Cups, this could be your person. It could be vice versa. Take it out resonates. I don't normally read a love reading like specifically unless it's titled that way, but it looks like that's what it is. So like I said at the start, if it's not you, then maybe choose another pile, or maybe it's not your week to connect. But King of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, and the Ace of Pentacles, you can see this person is making an effort to make things right, to turn things around, to see new growth in the connection. There may also be a sweet little gift being offered to you soon. I'm getting the message someone's having a birthday in the coming month or two, and that there will be a beautiful gift at that time. No spoilers of what it is, because how can you tell? That many people. The King of Cups is coming forward with a lot of love and nurturing energy, and above the King of Cups is actually this beautiful card called Blessed Reunion. And from a different deck, the next card to come out on the table was Venus, Beloved. And all of these cards, there's so many more yet to come on this table that really do speak of just such a special, beautiful union with somebody who really loves you a lot. And for those of you that, like, I should have said this at the start too, I guess, because some of you have come out of something difficult, and this is more about your next partner that you will find potentially. But anyway, we'll keep it to the main message that I feel of a separation that's come back together. And with the Ace of Pentacles, we have a lot of beauty and opportunities for new experiences together. You're really, with the Wheel of Fortune here as well, it's like this person wants you to feel blessed, is what I'm getting from their energy. And further into the week ahead, we have got the Moon, the Six of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Chariot. So I feel like the Moon energy, the turbulent energy, might be more inside of yourself. With regards to trusting this person, or with regards, trusting them with stability and security that you feel they could provide you. And so with the Moon, the Six of Swords, it's like a little bit of emotion still wrapped around the past. That's why the Eight of Swords is there as well, perhaps. You feel like potentially moving ahead is still challenging. There's still feelings or insecurities or fears that the past will repeat itself, or that it won't work out for whatever reason, when in your heart you really would love to see this connection flourish. And so with the Six of Swords, Eight of Pentacles and the Chariot, you're choosing to release that anxiety this week. It's part of what you're doing. It might be through the new moon, you might be experiencing a bit of a reset. I believe it's in Aquarius. So maybe looking at what house that is for you if you want to look a little deeper. But either way, just an Aquarius full moon itself can be a time for a beautiful reset in a certain area and a fresh beginning. And I feel like for you, it's this, with the moon, Six of Swords, it's like maybe over the threshold of this new moon approaching, you may find yourself just releasing on the other side of it and finding yourself just getting back to practical plans and making things happen, and getting in your day, being very focused and not distracted by concerns or stress or emotional triggers or anything that may come up at times. Eight of Pentacles in the Chariot, you're looking at moving forward with confidence. You're looking at plans for the future. You're looking at in your own business, your own life, your own work outside of this relationship. So you're looking at things you want to improve in your world and things you want to flourish so that you can flourish together, independently and then together. Which is sort of like the sing your own song canary spirit here. Like, it is also about being independent in this connection and allowing it to inspire you to become your best self. And with the sing your own song, you may be a musician, or you may like to create music of some kind, and there's the strong message for those of you that resonate with that your music is very important. It brings healing to people, or there's something about your creations, whether that's through song and sound or other creative outlets. It's very important that you continue to create your own unique style and explore with those different mediums, because it's a very big part of who you are and the influence you can have on the world. Because I do feel like if you are a music creator or something of that kind, so some creator of something, it brings benefit to the people that receive it. Anyway, ever into the challenge with this reading is the Death, the Fool, and the Seven of Wands. The challenge might be literally the rebirthing process that is happening here in this connection. We've got a blessed reunion, so it's bringing it back to life or letting it take a new form, right? It's probably more about letting it take a new form and finding new muscles and new strengths within the connection and within yourself. The Fool here in the Seven of Wands is about taking that risk here, taking a leap of faith and trusting that even though there will be challenge, you can overcome it, and you're just here having this beautiful experience with this person. You're both experiencing this together. You're both growing and learning together. There's a transformation process happening here, and you're at a fresh beginning within the connection. But the challenge might be defensiveness at times, whether in yourself or the other person. You may feel a little challenged by defensiveness. One person in the connection may at times feel a little defensive, self-protective, or and it kind of feels almost unnecessarily so, but people would get triggered and feel how they do, so give them space. It's that sort of thing. That's what it feels like. I'd like to get one more on that, but before I do, the Three of Pentacles is the bottom of this reading. So this is about cooperation, teamwork, coming together to make things work, even though there are differences, using those differences to create something really unique and special. Prince of Wands is underneath that, and the King of Swords. So it makes me feel like the masculine, even if this is, it doesn't matter male or female, the masculine energy in this connection has been the instigator of healing, or the person who's perhaps who's made the action to come forward, or made the choice to come forward to make it work. It feels that way. And to let them take the lead, to let them show you who they are, what they're about, and where this is headed is what it feels like. So what was that on? The Sun. I got the Seven of Wands. I got the Sun. I wonder if I'd like another. And look at the Sun too. Like, look at this couple just skipping through a sunflower field with the sun behind them, holding hands. I hope that's focused properly. It's so beautiful. Is there one more here? The challenge is letting the challenges help you grow. Magician and the Hierophant here as well. This is a very strong connection, and I don't think you're going to come apart again after this one, after coming back together here. Even if you haven't come back together yet, when you do, if you're connecting to this reading, it's a very strong message that you absolutely will, if you're in doubt of that. But what I see with the Sun, the Seven of Wands, it's that through these challenges, it's only going to illuminate where the healing is needed, where the light is needed, where the love is needed. And the challenge might be just literally facing that stuff inside of self, those places that need a little light, that need a little tenderness, that need a little vulnerability. And to grow through the challenges, to not shy away from them. What will help with the challenge we saw just before? The Lovers. I mean, how many more beloved, beautiful cards do we need to indicate a special union here in this reading? It's only the ones I'm holding now. There's so many. There's so many sweet couples in these cards. I had something else in my hand. Where was it? Yeah, the Lovers. So what will help with this challenge was the Lovers, the Ace of Wands, and the Princess of Pentacles, the Page. So here we have a choice to allow this love to live, to move through you. There's so many different things to allow it to do, run through my mind just then, and I hope you connected to your own things to fill into that blank I had there. It wasn't blank in the mind, that's for sure. So I don't know why I'm being called to mention Gemini energy here, but anyway. So yeah, what I see here is a beautiful opportunity to really heal and be inspired to rebirth, to transform yourself through this connection, to keep this flame alive. There's a real beauty in this connection. So the message here is to just love each other and to care for each other and to grow together and support each other and support yourself. The Ace of Wands is a beautiful message of new passions being ignited and feeling that sense of excitement. And with the Princess of Pentacles afterwards, it makes me think that it's not the type of passion that just burns hot and fast and is gone. It's something that will also trickle into future planning. And yeah, I even see a swelling belly in this card, so a potential of a pregnancy. If that is something that is, you know, what you're after in your life journey at this point or in the future. The pregnancy, if that's not what you're up to, maybe you're a later couple and you don't want to have any more kids, maybe it's like that. This pregnancy can also be fertility in the things that you build together and the things that you work on together, or the things you nurture, your home space, your current children, future pets, a business you run together, whatever it might be. Further guidance here, we have the Page of Prince of Swords, the Page of Swords, yeah, just make sure it's not the Knight. Yeah. Or is it the Knight? It is the Knight of Swords, yeah. Yes, Knight of Swords. I haven't used this deck in a little while. Looks like the Knight of Swords anyway. The Queen of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. So with these cards here, I actually might get one more on that Swords, on the Prince of Swords. Oh, the Ten of Cups. Four swords on the bottom, okay, and that's perfect to see in this reading, because that's what this reading has been about, healing something difficult. Even the card Venus did come out with the card Tension, but it was reversed when it came out. And you can see this clashing of birds here. Like, what an amazing image. I love this deck so much. The way they clash together, you may resonate with that very experience in your own connection here. but it came out reversed with this card, the Beloved, Venus. And this to me is exactly like the reading has echoed so far, that turning around a difficult time and making the connection beautiful again, or making it something completely different that it's never been in the past before either. I actually would like to read from the book for Blessed Union, but I'll do that in a little while. We'll just keep going here. I do love how you've got this card of tension and squares, oppositions. Those aspects can, bring about a lot of challenge and arguments and just chaos. But the way it came reversed with the Beloved and all these other cards of reunion, it's like time to put that to rest. So in what did I get? The Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups confirms the Prince of Swords, and that's what I feel like. I feel like this is your person. They've got plans and they want to make it happen. They may be feeling like they want things to happen a little quicker than they are. They may be very excited about seeing the future with you, and I'm just healing crowning you. Like they may want to crown you, and I'm just now being called back to the Canary Spirits. Has a little crown on its head, but the Queen of Pentacles. I think they just want to get it. I think they're excited to get things to that next level, whatever that next level looks like for you, whether that's moving in together or just planning a little weekend trip away together, wherever you are at with your connection. Yeah, definitely seeing here that they are very excited to make, again, we've got imagery of a beautiful couple, Ten of Cups, to make things really work for you and create more stability and love in the connection, and lots more open communication you can expect from them as well. Further guidance is to continue that open communication as well, to also nurture your own personal needs, I want to say put yourself first in some way. If that makes sense for you, you might know where that is necessary to just put yourself first, and they will always be there in the background waiting anyway. So it's okay to put yourself first where you need to, because they're going to understand that you're just doing what you need to do to, to tend to your responsibilities or to create that life that you want to share together in the future. Ace of Cups, lots of self-love is needed here too. So to do that, you need a lot of self-love. In the outcome energy, we have the Three of Wands, Judgment and Strength. So this is the challenge almost, I feel, I could say, because the Three of Wands is expansion. You're waiting to see what will happen. Judgment is that awakening and that calling to an answer to a calling sort of feeling, but strength is here too. So what I get here in this whole little combination is like a feeling of like almost that angst of, how's it going to go? Like, is it going to be okay? Are we going to make this work? Are we going to grow into all of these beautiful dreams that I see unfold for us? Is that really going to happen? And you feel this calling to trust and just wait and see. And that's the thing. You just need to wait and see and have the strength to persevere and move through this and just continue tuning into yourself. And, everything that this has taught you so far, I think sit with that for a little while and really focus on the lessons, because they are ongoing in some way. Those lessons need to be ongoing in some way to maintain the strength or the stability in yourself, and then therefore the connection, if that makes sense in some way, I hope. Just want to split. Three of Swords, yeah. So there's been heartbreak here, there's been pain. Nine of Cups. Seven of Swords, King of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel this person may have broken your heart for a time. That may have really hurt. or vice versa, however it connects. Like I said, you could resonate with being the other person in this reading. That's okay too. Anyway, we'll put the split down. Next card you have is Miracles. It's pretty perfect. Let's go to the book. Kind of self-explanatory though, really. The storms of the past are passing, and your dreams are coming true. No matter what has happened in the past, your future holds abundant miracles. Good fortune, celestial beauty, and inner divinity are expanding within you. Believe that your life is guided. Trust in the goodness of the universe. A celestial bridge to the heavens is opening for you. Start a health program, invest in your career, or initiate a relationship. I honestly feel like all three for you, group 2. All three. Health program, invest in your career, and initiate a relationship. And good fortune will manifest. Blessings are flowering in all directions. Believe that you deserve the best, because you do. Bounty, joy, blessings, and miracles are flowing all your way. I love the rainbow we see after the coming of a storm. It's perfect. It's perfect, and it brings me back to the buffalo spirit. The abundant universe will provide, and this is both of the messages, canary as well, are really strong messages of gratitude, of having a deep gratitude for all of the beauty and blessings you currently have in your life. And with this, it's about believing that the universe is going to provide, just unwavering belief. Let's go to the book a little for perhaps the oh, it's a big one. I haven't looked at the book for these yet. So the buffalo spirit comes to you now to remind you of the amazing manifesting power of gratitude and the extraordinary potential available to you when you adopt a mindset of abundance. The ancient people of America saw the buffalo as a symbol of abundance because the herds roamed far and wide and provided many gifts: the meat, the hide, the bones. The tribes who hunted the buffalo used every bit of them, wasting nothing, appreciative of the abundance. So too do you have many gifts available to you. I'm going to skip a little because it is quite long. When you are grateful, you immediately align yourself with the truth that the world is rich and teeming with resources. There is always more than enough, and you are always enough. At this time, you can expect all your intentions and needs to come into the form that is right for you. Your heartfelt gratitude is making you a magnet for miracles. Let's leave it at that, hey? Oh, hang on, one more. Buffalo Spirit's message is to remember that you co-create your reality in partnership with Spirit. So offer up your thanks and your prayers even before you see the conditions you desire, not just for yourself, but for others too. Then you will quickly see the results in tangible ways. Gratitude has the magic to grow the good. So offer thanks and praise as you acknowledge all that you have and all that is possible. I love that. Miracles, we've had tension, but it was reversed, I do feel. But in saying that, the tension card is here. So it's not to say that there will never be challenge again in this connection, but I just do feel that this is something that is shifted quite dramatically. Oh, that's right. I'll go to these cards and then I'll go back to the Blessed Reunion card, if I know where I put it. The book. Oh, there it is. Okay. So we have, don't worry so much about not finding love. It will find you. And in particular with this reading, I think you can take this how it resonates, in that don't worry so much about whether love is not going how you'd hope it to or not, and that it will find you, and if that's the right person and things can come back together again, then just trust that. Don't worry so much about what hasn't worked or any of the concerns you might have, really, because what is right for you will find you. And following your heart will lead you to the right things. I love how these were all quite heart orientated. Including the heart chakra. Definitely perfect message there. See the good in what you call bad. Nothing in your suffering is meaningless. Nothing in the challenges you've had has been meaningless. It's all been a valuable lesson. We have bounce back. Don't give up. All is not lost. Get back up and keep trying. We have stretch, and I feel like the message here is to be flexible, as well as like the literal self-care message of to do a little yoga in the morning to get your body prepped for the day. It feels good, it helps with many things. It doesn't have to be a hard chore. Yoga can be something quite beautiful and easy and soft. A bit of music, a bit of slowness, a bit of conscious breathing into muscles and just connecting to different parts of your body just for a time. Like, it can be a real thing. If you haven't experienced that, I recommend trying to create a relationship with it. Anyway, we also have play. Maybe play while you're doing that. Like, don't make it so hard and serious when you're doing things like that. But play in general, play with your partner, play with yourself, just play. Spending time at the beach, I felt, was very important when I saw this card too. So we will finish off your reading with the Blessed Reunion from the book, because I thought it's got to be a beautiful message. I love this deck. The art is just stunning. The whole deck, look at it. It's just gorgeous. Isn't it beautiful? When the reunion comes, it will be blessed and pure, and so full of joy that you will not regret the time you took from each other. The time you have and will have moving forward, so full of love and kindness, of recognition and support, will be yours and will continue all the days of your life. This moment matters. This is love in full bloom. This is the heart song finding its harmonic companion in another. It is life as a tapestry woven of love. You are held, supported, seen and heard. You will be known again, and this partnership will have more soul substance than any other relationship previously created. This reunion, this union of two renewed souls is blessed. Oh, I get the goosebumps all over my body then, just like, whoa, wow. It's all over my face and just, woo. Yeah, a real, something that'll just awaken you. Okay, group 2, that's what I have for you. I hope you've resonated with this message and it's given you some sort of comfort, clarity or guidance, and look forward to reading for you all again soon. Take care, group 2. Hey group 3, and welcome to your reading. If you've chosen the blue banded agate cave, this one is for you. It is such a sweet little cave. You just want to hide inside there quite frequently. So blue banded agate, it is the message of healing old trauma and having the courage to start over again or take a new journey, having that confidence to speak on your truth, to inquire about and receive the information you need to make informed decisions. And it sits above this beautiful card. The beneath opens up to you. It's also heavy in blue color as well. And also sits on this other blue card right next to it. I just noticed the South Node, which can be about past traumas and triggers from the past and things like that too. So that's interesting. Just put that together while I'm speaking. But anyway, let's jump into your reading, group 3. What do we got here? Goodness me. I need some water. All right. Okay, we're talking about the throat, and maybe group 3 need to talk on something. Maybe I just need some water. Anyway, past energy, group 3, we have the 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Wands, sorry. Scrap that. We've got the 5 of Wands, the Moon, and the Page of Pentacles here in your past energy. So just starting with the 5 of Wands, what I can see here is a bit of conflict. Of course, the image really speaks for itself. So this situation could be anything. It could be workplace related. It could be home and family. It could be anything. But what I see in the 5 of Wands is there's been a situation that's been very conflicted, lots of different energies, lots of different opinions perhaps, no real cooperation, not feeling like you can fit in or make things work in this situation. And then they have the Moon and the Page of Pentacles. So it's what I feel for this is that you perhaps have moved yourself away from a difficult situation, or you're trying to move yourself away from a difficult situation and sort of just move forward and look forward to the path ahead with a bit of hope, a bit of confidence, and really getting ready to start something fresh and new with the Page of Pentacles here. This could be a new study, a new job, a new skill set, a new talent you're trying to work on. There could be anything at all. But what I see here is you're really working through a lot of your own personal barriers when it comes to moving ahead and believing in a bright and prosperous future for yourself, and just making things. I think that part of it is believing in yourself, or believing in the path, believing that you're guided to this moment and everything is actually working out perfectly, even if you might not feel that way. There could also be like this 5 of Wands and the Moon can also be. It doesn't have to be a more recent argument or situation. It could be something from the past, especially because we've got the South Node card here, where it could have to do with even past life traumas, but I would like to stay in this life mostly and speak more on some of the situations, perhaps childhood traumas and things that triggered old patterns, perhaps old addictions or behaviors, things that might be triggered inside of yourself that you're wanting to overcome or strengthen and heal from. So with the Page of Pentacles here, you're sort of ready to move forward into the next chapter, the next section, because something here that's not worked out for you, or it's not been very easy, it's been a challenge. You may have left it behind already and just looking to a new opportunity completely. Everyone might resonate a little differently, but what is above that, this section of cards, is our spirit. You can see clearly now, and it is exactly that. It's the intuitive message that you do see things clearly now. And if you don't feel that way at this time, then it is a need to just step back and connect with yourself and your intuition, because you are about to see things clearly for how they are, how they're supposed to be seen. I wonder if we should even go to the book for the owl, because it is a brand new deck. 43 of Our Spirit arrives to remind you that the wisdom within you is informed by your keen senses and the wisdom within your the consciousness we all share. Even in the darkest night, the owl sees clearly and is guided by every sense it has, including the first sense of intuition. Right now, your sensitivities are turbocharged and you are receiving messages from all directions. Our spirit reminds you to be wise and pay attention to what's between the lines, what is invisible to the naked eye, what cannot be heard with the ears, and what others may not be able to perceive. With all your senses aroused, you have much knowledge available to you. Clarity will come as you sit with all that you are sensing, allowing your intuition to guide you in understanding the whole and not just the parts. Let your wisdom arise and be your guide as you trust the acuity of all your senses. Intuition is real and can provide the clarity you need to understand your situation right now. Your relationship, your finances, your job, whatever it is, you can see the truth clearly now. So this beautiful owl spirit, absolutely you can. And the next card, I actually might as well continue because it is the same deck. Your next card from that deck was the Porcupine Spirit, A Time for Beginner's Mind. And that might be very well the case here with the Five of Wands, the Moon, and the Page of Pentacles, something that hasn't worked for you. You've decided to go and perhaps strike off on your own. Maybe you're starting your own business. Maybe you're going for a different role in a different job somewhere else, or whatever this is, it is time for beginner's mind. It's time for you to let yourself be open to learning and experiencing fresh ideas, fresh perceptions on the way you're viewing things, and to just learn to not need to be perfect, to not have a really high expectation to the point where you don't even try, but to just put yourself into beginner's mindset. Let's jump back to the tarot with the Queen of Pentacles, Death, and the Queen of Wands. You also have the Sun, the King of Cups, and the Lovers, all in the week ahead. So it is really powerful energies here. You may be dealing with a lot of different people this week. I can certainly see that here. There's a lot of characters around you. There's a lot of different people to be speaking with for numerous different reasons, especially if you're running your own business, lots of different clients and meetings and things to attend to. So it looks like a bit of a busy week. Things are happening. But what I see here as well is that you are with the Queen of, I want to read this as your energy as well as the other characters that will be around you, because it is a bit of both. So the Queen of Wands, Death, the Queen of Pentacles. This is a really big transformation for you to be learning something new and to also embrace new roles in your life. So for beginner's mind, it doesn't always have to mean that you are beginning something new. Sometimes beginner's mind can be really helpful when you're helping other people, so that you don't have these high expectations of their results and their outcomes, but to remember the beginner's mind of feeling a little anxious or uncertain or not very confident yet, and being able to support those people through that change. We've got the Queen of Wands here. She's, sort of protecting another woman from hurting herself here. So you may find yourself this week helping someone else who is a beginner. Or you may find yourself being helped because you're the beginner, and it's important to take the advice from this wise woman if you receive that. I don't mean to genderize the person, but the image is of woman. So this wise person, the Queen of Wands. With the Queen of Pentacles and all of this energy here, I feel lifestyle change as well. So like a lot of working on your fitness and health with the Queen of Pentacles and Wands. It's very action I see that as a high action energy. In the Death card, it can totally be about a lifestyle change in that regard, looking after your body and taking some serious steps to really support your function, bodily functions. But learning new things as well. I just keep seeing so many things. As soon as I put them down, I see more. This is also being able to being confident enough to step into groups with people and be able to still maintain your own independence while contributing to the group in a way that's supportive for the project you're working on together and for everyone involved. I just feel like a lot of cooperation, collaboration, and I keep looking down at this conjunction card here with Alliance and all these swans, if they are swans. I think they're swans. All over the card. So again, having that above all the cards with all these characters here, it does look like you've got a lot of people to be working with or opportunities to collaborate with other people this week or in the path ahead, making plans for the future in that regard. I see a lot of abundance for you, so that could mean just eating with beautiful, fresh, nutritious vegetables for the cooking you do, or it could mean having enough to reach the bills and do a little more as well, or it could mean just seeing an increase in your pay, or whatever it might be. I just see a lot of transformation and growth in really powerful ways. The queen, both of these queens on either side, like you might have a lot of support with other queens in your life, a lot of women around you that are really there for you. A lot of powerful and empowered women in your world, for sure. Okay, so further into the week ahead, we have the Sun, the King of Cups, and the Lovers. So even more positive messages of growth and connection. There's definitely messages here about coming together with family and spending times with people that you love. With the Lovers, the King of Cups, this could be your loving partner that you're having a beautiful weekend with potentially, or there might be something happening this weekend that's exciting to look forward to. There's some really big choices you're making here that are in regards to following your heart and exploring the possibilities of perhaps something different for yourself. And however that shows up for you, it looks like a lot of positive growth. I see 11:11 when I just looked at the time of the recording then. There's just a lot of happiness in this week, a lot of transformation, change, positive growth, like you're seeing yourself move forward, you're seeing what the future might look like a little bit with a bit more clarity. You're starting to just feel yourself step into your own shoes, if that makes sense, like just feeling a bit more comfortable in your own skin. Maybe that might be how you're feeling this week. Potential for a loving date at the end of the week, definitely see that here for some people. If you just nice time with the children as well, if you have children, maybe going for a swim or going to the park or just doing something so lovely that you enjoy as a family unit or as a community, as a group, however you gather. Really super positive. Is there anything else? 10 of Pentacles is the bottom of the deck for this reading, so it is looking at your long-term success and looking at the bigger structure of your life and the things that are going to be there for the long term. So this could be about the house you build or the impression you leave on the people around you in your community through the life that you live and the example you lead. It could be about your financial abundance. It can be about just the more long-term picture of life. Is there anything else in this week ahead that we need to know about that I've missed in this reading? Because it just feels so super positive. I want to make sure we've got everything we need. Super positive. Now we've got generosity. Oh, can we take any more? 6 of Pentacles is here. This is benevolence, kindness, generosity, charity even. You may be wanting to help other people, or you may be finding yourself receiving help this week. Anything else here I'm missing at all? I think you're just really supported at this time. Or if you don't feel that way now, you're going to. And the rest of the cards throughout this reading really echo that. Like, I'm just trying to be conscious that we're not just giving lovely messages and we're seeing the truth as well. 2 of Cups. All right, I'll just stop. All right, fine. So that was the loving date I did mention that might be happening for some of you. This doesn't have to be a lover. It can also be your friend. It can be your sister, your cousin, your auntie, whoever it is you'd like to have a little lunch with, a brunch with. It doesn't have to be romantic evening. It's companionship, it's togetherness, it's sharing, it's kindness, it's beautiful. So this week is a lovely one. I feel like if you're finding yourself in these moments of just sweet moments and lovely people around you, then take a little moment to have just a quiet little prayer of gratitude for it, because it's here and it's worth giving thanks for. In the challenge, hardly a challenge, we have the Chariot, the Two of Swords, and the Star. So if anything, the challenge here is indecision. There's indecision completely, and that makes sense because sometimes the blue banded agate can be very much about making choices and having that confidence to make a different choice than what you've made in the past. And you may be just juggling between one or two or more options, right? Two or more options here. And the challenge might be, feeling like within your heart, like that real, when you just know, it's that, and maybe right now you don't just know and you want to just know. It's that feeling of wanting to be guided, or felt like, it's almost like the decision is taken out of your hands because that's what I'm meant to do, so it's a no-brainer, I'm just going to do this. Whereas it feels at this time like if there's a decision to be made, then it's kind of on you to make that choice, but you're not going to make a wrong choice. Any choice is a good choice, I feel, for this situation, and it's never too late to change your mind if you make a choice that doesn't work out in a certain amount of time. But I'm not seeing that for you. I feel like, there's a bit of, there's a sense of things moving ahead, but just also a real sense of uncertainty, whether that's to do with a choice you make or just how things are going to turn out, There might be not feeling like there's, at times, hang on, what do I want to say? Let's get a confirmation on this Star. Oh, it says the Stars. I've never noticed that before. Stars with an S. Okay. Not singular. The Stars. That's standing out for a reason. We'll get to the bottom of it. Oh, where am I? Anything more in the challenge for group 3? The Eight of Swords, okay. And when I'm asking about the challenge, I'm now being drawn back to the Queen of Wands and the Death card. And so what I'm picking up at this point is you might be having strain and challenge in a particular relationship, perhaps with another woman, if you are a woman, or and things might not be seeing eye to eye at times within the connection, and that might be feeling like a lack of hope, or not like, is this going to work out, or there's this one part of life. I think there's many parts of your life that are abundant and beautiful, but what I'm just connecting to now is a connection that's either going through a challenge or a relationship you're not so certain about for some reason. The Eight of Swords is there. The Eight of Cups is actually on the bottom of the deck. What else do we need to know about this? It might not be for everyone, this message, but it's definitely standing out here. We got the Seven of Wands. You need to defend yourself in this position, this situation. You need to just stand up for yourself, and softly too, though. I don't see a harshness about it, or a need to be harsh. I don't see a harshness in your energy anyway, but just especially now I'm looking at see things clearly as well. I think there might be something you're just seeing it for what it is, and you're just like, okay, well, that's enough of that for me, or just or asserting your needs or asserting your boundaries where needed, and then you can move forward more with more growth and openly, more honestly, maybe being honest with yourself first so that you can be honest with another. That might be the case, but the cards that trickle on from that, the Sun, the King of Cups, the Two of Cups, it's all beautiful, all the cards are around it. So any challenging conversation you have this week where you might need to just say, hey, that's not okay with me, or whatever it is you need to say, trust that it will be okay to have those conversations, and that things will be smoothed over afterwards. I do feel there will be love and healing. I just did see the Tower and the Four of Swords. So after maybe, if there is a potential argument or an explosion or something, this is definitely a more angry feeling Tower. There might be need to just take space and rest from a particular connection or a thing at this time, or during the week as it comes up, later in the week, perhaps. Anything else about this particular message? I'm also feeling to take care of yourself while you're on your cycle. I'm feeling like a really strong message about that. If maybe you're having some issues with your cycle, to do what you need to support that, support your health. And also there's a really wonderful book I'm being called to talk about. It's called Womb Wisdom. Maybe you're called to read it or check it out, maybe not. But it speaks very much about exactly that, the wisdom of the womb, the hidden secrets of the womb, and how our power lies there. And sometimes when we feel that irritability and tension and push away, sometimes when we are in our release cycle, that a lot of the time it's dismissed as, oh, I've just got PMS, or, you know, I'm just a bit hormonal. But it's actually more than that, and it's worth inquiring why we're feeling uncomfortable. And it's a wonderful book that puts that into perspective much better than I just explained it, that's for sure. But if you feel called to hear about it, if that is your message, if you're having trouble in that area of like mood or hormones, or something to do with perhaps PMS, or anything to do with the womb cycles, not for everyone, of course, that message, but what have I got here? We have the Three of Swords. All right. The Queen of Cups with tears in her eyes, and the Seven of Cups as well. She's being supported by the King of Cups. King of Cups is also in this reading. So there might be relationship struggle at times, but I feel like you both do want to support each other. I might just leave that there for now. Is there anything else around that message or advice for whoever that message is for? Don't mean to go on a little tangent, but here we are. Advice for who it's for. We got the Nine of Cups, Three of Swords again, Nine of Pentacles. Put yourself first in areas where necessary, where needed. Yeah, Tower on the bottom, Justice, and the Nine of Cups. Put yourself first where you need to. Speak your truth where you need to. Create boundaries where needed to, and also repercussions for actions. If there's something that's happened, then ensure that justice is served in a situation. And I can say that can be quite lightly taken, or it can be taken quite seriously, to ensure that that there is justice in a situation, and that your wishes, your needs are met, and that maybe it's just needing to speak on your truth. I just saw the Ace of Swords and remembering my throat blocking up at the start. There might be a situation that you need to leave behind, or just take some space from. But there's other areas of life that are so full of love, excitement, and abundance, and growth, and change that is happening. Let's just move on. I hope this has made sense so far. What will help with the challenge of the indecision, or the feeling trapped, feeling stuck, feeling a little bit overthinking, analysis paralysis they can call it, or just like not confident to make a choice, or can't quite figure out the answer. It's all of the angst. What will help with that? We have the Fool. We have a 0, 1, and 2 here, actually. The Fool, the Ace of Cups, and the High Priestess. If you'll see the numbers, 0, 1, 2. So a fresh new beginning is what is going to help. A new beginning in love, perhaps. Self-love, I do feel here predominantly, to just really take care of yourself, meet your own needs right now, and follow that different guidance. Wherever there's a different sort of guidance that might be coming to you that you really do need to pay attention to. It's telling you to break the mold or do something differently, and you know that voice, you've heard it before, and I think it's time to perhaps listen to that and just love yourself a little deeper. You got a lot of intuitive messages coming through at this time. The High Priestess is here, so it's really time to listen to that. And the more time you spend just nurturing yourself and stepping into self-love practices and just sweet things that take care of your body, not just the enjoyable self-love, but the responsible self-love too. All of those things are going to help you feel a lot more grounded and fresh in your energy, fresh in your body, and clearer of mind. There's so much here about beginners. I'm just seeing beginner's mind again. Time for beginner mind, porcupine spirit. And porcupines are pretty spiky too, aren't they? So you might be dealing with some spikes, maybe spikes of your own as you navigate the change. we've got another ace coming right up. Ace of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles in further guidance. This is the time to really focus on building your abundance and looking after your body. All of these cards really speak to that. So if you're studying something, to really put a lot of energy into it, but also nurture your mind and body with good nutrition so that you can learn and study and retain the information. Or if it's exercise, to take the right supplements to support that program you're trying to, follow, or whatever it is here. This is asking you to really, this is the further guidance. This is your guidance. So invest in your health, invest in your business, invest in your education. This is about you building up your reputation as well, in a sense. I can feel that here too. So, and that's just by being who you are. Creating more stability in your life, and then also planning for something even bigger in the future. There's many things in this reading that's really strange to read for, because it's not about one thing. It's about like at least 4 different things that I'm feeling here. Like, and this one particular thing, it feels broken into 2, if that makes sense, where one thing that you're starting right now is fresh and new, and that will lead you into great success, and you will build a lot of your own experiences. You'll build a lot upon your own experiences, and financially, of course, as well. But it's also going to set you up into leading you towards different opportunities, or at least giving you the experience you need to then do something else later down the track. It really feels like it's like Ace of Pentacles, that you embrace a new beginning. You may even receive some opportunity or an increase in money that helps, something happens for you to support your business life or your finances. And then that trickles off into a new opportunity where you do something else that's maybe even completely different. But it's like one opportunity leads to another, which leads to another. And it's that type of journey for you, if you trust in the changes you're making and the weirdness of your life, if that makes sense too. The difference, the uniqueness, I should say. Outcome energy is the 6 of Wands, the 8 of Wands, and the Empress. It doesn't get much better than that. Especially when we've started the reading with the 5 of Wands and the Moon. Like, it's a challenging energy. It can be moody. It can be uncertain. It can be full of illusion. It can just be deep with emotions and fears and insecurities. And you could in the past have been dealing with a lot of politics and conflicts and just stuff that you don't really resonate with. Like, it's just not your way. It feels like you're different. You don't want to, like what I'm seeing here is like literally this difference. Like, you don't want to be trapped inside arguing with people under bright lights. Like, you'd rather be out in natural spring of water and looking at the moon. Like, and it's, and so because of that, you will create a different life for yourself, where you're not stressed and sitting at a computer working. You're outdoors on your computer. Like, you see the difference here and the change of lifestyle, or just the difference is you're making that happen. You're continuing to. So anyway, 6 of Wands, 8 of Wands, Empress. This is you rising up to success. The outcome is seeing you move forward at a great speed, with a lot of recognition around you for the work that you're doing. The 6 of Wands is exactly that. It's like, it can be fame, it can be getting noticed for the work you do on a very large level. It can also be about achieving great goals, and the people around you being really, really excited and happy for you, and ready to encourage you onto the next step. Like, I just keep seeing progressions of growth over and over again. So it's like you're constantly shedding these old layers and becoming anew. It's definitely a consistent theme in your life journey, I feel here. But you're moving into a lot more abundance. There's a lot to be said here for like connection with children, parenting, or just being a part of a community in that way that helps raise little people, or is a part of, what you do has benefit to the larger collective, is what I mean to say. And you can also see here that there's potential for travel, or it's potential for expanding your family, or just there's whatever you want, it feels like you can have at this point. There's a message to continue something that you once started as well with the Eight of Wands here. And I get that as well for the past, for the South Node card here as well. Like there might be something from the past that you had an idea of that is, or maybe something you did in the past will have a lot to do with a decision you're making now. Whether that's you're choosing it because you don't want the same, or because you'd like to try that again but in a different way, or there's very much a message from the past. I wonder if we should even look at the book. I might grab this one first. This is the Wild Into the Lonely Woods. The beneath opens up to you, and I'll read from the book. Your heart did not close, even though you were no longer in the small and safe space of the surface world. Into the great depths you plunged, your soul a tattered, your heart in pieces, your hands closed and tight. And now look at you. You have found your way in the endless beneath. Your hands have a gentle touch, and you draw to you the shyest of creatures who know you are above all, an ally, kin, and friend to their true rare nature. You have found a home amongst all the other misfits the world gave birth to, and you are creating your own destiny, which is clear, bright, deeper, and more filled with joy and blessings than you could ever have imagined. Dive down into the hidden places, right a bright soul, and ready your heart for waves of joy. So this is definitely resonating with that first little message of, you know, something not working out and you sort of distancing. It's even literally like the water message too, isn't it? Where you've plunged underneath to find to find something different, and you may have found other people that are a little different on that journey too. Like a little clownfish. But beneath opens up to you. We have the South Node. Oh, that's right, I was going to look at that, wasn't I? The South Node of 33. Let's just go to the gift and the challenge perhaps. The challenge of the South Node is, under stress, you may fall back on familiar defenses and relive what you've always lived. PTSD, flashbacks, and addictive habits or relationships all operate around your South Node. If you're facing those sorts of challenges, beware. The gift of this card is to use this opportunity to heal the triggers and patterns from the past. Take them as teaching moments and learn. Then your hard-earned skills and wisdom can help you build your future. And I feel like you've got a lot of people that you will help as well that have been on your path. You will be a bit of a gatekeeper in that way. You'll keep the gate open for the people behind you. This reading's going half an hour now. Should move along. It's crazy how fast it can go. Conjunction, so alliance, this is about collaborating with different people that are on your wavelength, and you're going to be meeting the right people. They will be coming into your world. You can see it here, you're already probably meeting them. Going forward, exactly that, it's the path ahead and you need to trust it and just keep on moving forward, expecting that a lot of opportunities are going to be opening up for you now and in the future, based on this card being drawn. And that there's a really bright destiny that you're headed to as you follow this beautiful path along. The way will be shown. It's going to be clear for you. Your life is at a turning point right now. You are ready. There's a path you're meant to be on. Trust it. Isn't that funny? And explore the possibilities. Again, explore the possibilities of that path and all that is being drawn towards you at this time. You have make a vision board. Remind yourself of why you began this journey in the first place. Glow up. Might be nice to just treat yourself to feel nice. However you'd like to do that. Beauty therapy or an inward detox that helps you shine. Get a massage. A bit of pampering wouldn't go astray. A little bit of TLC would be nice to enjoy that for yourself. Fitness is in your self-care prompts as well. A good idea just to get the heart pumping. It doesn't have to be a full jog and run and workout. It can just be a bit of strength training or a bit of yoga or just anything that helps sort of bring a bit of movement maybe back into a stiff old joint, or look after your body. And a movie, maybe an old childhood movie. Maybe watch a movie with the kids. Just something fun to do that just has nothing to do with anything else. enjoy yourself, have a bit of playtime. All right, group 3, wild reading. I don't know if it made sense, but that was that. I hope it did. Hope it gave you some sort of comfort, clarity, or guidance. It's always what we're going for around here. And yeah, that's what I have, group 3. So take care, and I'll see you next time.